The man was just about to head home for dinner when he was nearly killed by a speeding truck that had just pulled off a heist. But instead of engaging in a furious shouting match, he calmly stepped on the gas, overtook the truck, and picked up a wooden stake from the roadside, then hurled it straight at the cab. By the time the police arrived, the truck driver had already received his boxed meal, prison slang for a body bag. The man, meanwhile, coolly disguised himself as a firefighter and returned to the scene to admire his handiwork. But later that afternoon, a cop cornered him at a gas station, saying they had found evidence proving it was a premeditated murder. Still, Mike didn't even flinch.
50,000.
Chodź do banku.
Mike had the nerve and the bankroll because he was running a lucrative oil smuggling operation. But even that income wasn't enough to satisfy his growing ambition. So one day, while his business partner was out of the office, Mike went full rogue. He used brute force to intimidate the accountant who served as a middleman, and he cleaned out $37 million from a gang-affiliated account tied to their operation. The mob boss was instantly enraged. There was no way he was letting Mike off easy. But Mike didn't run. He did the opposite. He challenged the boss to a no-holds-barred death match in the countryside. Then Mike quietly had a friend get in touch with one of the top mercenary groups in the country. But here's the twist. After securing their services, he anonymously tipped off the local police department, telling them there'd be a massive shootout in the hills the next day. That morning, Mike brought in a top-tier lawyer who drafted life-or-death contracts for every single mercenary, $20,000 if they completed the mission and survived, and $200,000 in compensation if they were killed or captured. When the mob showed up in full force, heavily armed and ready to kill, Mike's mercs were locked and loaded. As both sides stood on the brink of gunfire, Mike, watching from behind the mercenaries, was totally composed. He knew the shootout was never going to happen. Just as the police chief was about to order the arrest of everyone involved, the mercenaries stood up and calmly explained that they were licensed professionals with legal firearms permits. The chief was stunned. Then Mike's female lawyer stepped in, laying it out clean. The mercenaries were just gathered here for a private event when the gang attacked them unprovoked. The standoff, she argued, was pure self-defense. The police turned to the gang for answers.
Ale wynik, chłopaki. Nielegalne posiadanie broni, udział w zorganizowanej grupie przestępczej, pierdolnięcie, wyeliminowaliście całą grupę.
Without firing a single shot, Mike wiped out an entire crime syndicate and crowned himself the new kingpin. He took over the entire oil smuggling business and now had a private army of fully legal mercenaries at his disposal.